I'm popping back in to share a little story about how embellishment clusters got to be popular. Now, when I first started scrapbooking, someone told me that I had put sticker sneeze on my layouts. I didn't even know what that meant. But as I continued to scrapbook and continued to try to improve, and I'm still continuing to try to improve, I was on the message board for a website called Two Peas in a Bucket. Now, if you remember Two Peas in a Bucket, leave a comment that says Two Peas. I'm curious how many people are out there who remember that website. And they told the story of how embellishment clusters became popular. Now, during that period, and I'm talking the early 2000s, companies were looking for creators and designers to make layouts using their products. And so they compensated these people with product, not with cash. And the request was that they showcased the products, papers, the dyes, the stickers, etc. And so these designers and creators would try to put as much product onto the page as possible. And hence they began to cluster them together. And that's how embellishment clusters grew to become popular and what it is today. I used to think it was an art and that you had to almost have an art degree to make pretty clusters. No, you don't. You need a formula, like Jamie Pate said, formula. And so my little formula is 4 layers, and so far, so good. It's working. Our next layout was a base page that I made just playing with scraps. Now, I was at an event and someone brought up a video, and I think it was the video by Megan Jacks. I'll have it in the description. And I believe it was about making a bubble border. And so we just started punching circles and playing around with punching circles and making the border. And I had this scrap piece of paper, and I just kind of pulled it together without the photos and decided that was going to be a layout. So I found these photos. It was a parade at Universal Studios, and the floats were the trolls from that movie that I haven't seen. I want to see it someday. And I've decided that I want an embellishment cluster here, and I found some stickers that I think will go well right up here, and I'll have a small cluster there. I'm on the fence right now about having a third cluster here for that visual triangle look. So my first thought was to take this that I punched from a piece of scrap and make the base this film strip that I punched out. This film strip was created using an EK Success punch. So the next thing I did was to go through my collection of stickers. And these are some stickers by Echo Park. And I think that in this case, these rainbows, I really want to use them because clearly there's a rainbow in the picture. So when I'm thinking of icons, clearly I don't have any troll icons, but I do have butterflies. And I see the caterpillar, which kind of led me to think about butterflies. And then I went through my stickers and I found a few butterflies. And so I'm going to make an effort to use as many of the butterflies that I believe will go well on this page. So I'm going to start off with my layer 2. And at this point, my layer 2 here may have 2 elements. I was thinking of putting my layer 2 as this film strip. But when I started looking at the elements I wanted to put on here, I think it needs a bit more. And I need a base up here. So because of the circular theme already on the page, I've decided to pull out my custom cutting system, circles, and I'm going to cut a couple of circles. I'm going to use the medium-sized template. Now, because I have pink down here, I'm going to cut the circle up here in the same paper, this pink. I have no idea where this paper came from, but I'm going to be using up my stash. I put on my peel in place tape, and I'm going to use my green blade, and that should give me, I believe, a 2 1/4 inch wide circle with the green blade and the medium-sized custom cutting template. See if we got this. Nope. That, I think that did it. Nope. That did it. Okay, so I'm thinking of having this about here. It's just covering up some extraneous background imagery in the photo. And for the bottom cluster, I'm going to do this one in the green color. Now, when my paper is this small, what I do is I pull up my template and I make sure that I have covered the hole sufficiently. And then I put the tape on the back like this. So now I have my layer 2 pieces in place. I feel that these 2 pieces will make up layer number 2, and I'm ready to move to layer number 3. So I know I want to use these 2 rainbows on these 2 clusters, and I want to use these cute sunglasses on this top cluster. I'm also seeing both of these 2 little notched banners will go. I'm thinking this one up here and this one somewhere down here. And butterflies, I want to use this one and that one, and I think that one as well. So now layer 3, the fun layer. I'm going to pull out my powder and remove the stickiness on these because I really do like to move my stickers around before I settle on their final position. And this product really facilitates that. So, oh yes, I like this. So far, I have these 3 elements here and these 3 elements here. And I'm looking at this and I'm wondering, I think that these would look better on a white piece than on the pink. So I'm going to put this to the side. I may put it over here like that. And I'm going to make a cut a white circle for right there. So when working with embellishment clusters, it becomes a case of trial and error and trying a piece here and trying a piece there and being willing to shift things around. And so instead of having the pink element up here, I want a white circle there. And I may just put this pink circle here for the time being. It may not even get onto the page. We are yet to make the final decision. So now I've put the rainbow here and the sunglasses on the white circle, and I like that a lot better. Meanwhile, I put the pink circle down here for the time being, and we'll see how far that goes. Next, on this sticker sheet, I see 1, 2, I thought I saw a third butterfly. Yeah, 3. So I have 3 butterflies right here on this layout. So I think I'm going to take this larger butterfly and put it down here and take one of the smaller butterflies, maybe both, and put them here. But I may put a butterfly right there just because I think it would be cute. Okay, I'm really liking how this is shaping up. This is becoming a nice little cluster, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements in here already. Okay, on this sticker sheet, these cute little butterflies here, I want to get them onto a page, and so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this one's very pink, so I'm going to put it on this cluster. I'm liking this embellishment up here in this corner where I thought it would be kind of blank, but I think what I'll do is put it about there, cut off the extra over here on the side, and maybe move this butterfly from this spot up to that spot. And now I am forming a visual triangle cluster. So I would want one more element there, which will be a piece of cake. And now I have a visual triangle. Now, I'm not one to do the visual triangle on every layout. When it works, it's great, but I don't force it onto my layouts. And I would recommend that you don't force it either. And so I want one more element up here and one more element, level 3, down here. So I think these 2 banners will do that job. And so I'm going to call this the end of level 3. And now I'm going to go back to level 1 and put in the sprays. And for the level 1 sprays, I'm going to use this some flowers. This, and all I want is the tip of the flowers pointing out. I'm going to cut this flower in half so I can use it in 2 places in my cluster. I want some of it here. Actually, I'll put that here. I don't want much of the black showing. And then I want some of it showing here. And so that fanning out is showing there. And I'm going to do something similar with this one and cut it in half and use it twice in this embellishment cluster. Now I'm at a point now where I have my clusters ready to be adhered to the page. So I'll be back with everything adhered down. I'll probably put some foam dots on this butterfly here and on those sunglasses. So now I have everything adhered down and I'm really liking it. And it's so nice, I almost forgot. It's time to go to level 4 and to put in some finishers. So I see a few items. I see a couple of flowers, which I like. I think I'll use those. I see a few hearts, which I'm not thinking I'm going to use. And I see a cluster of stars here and there. I don't think I'll use those either. I see this little cluster of flowers, and you know what? I'm going to put them down as level 1 and add this little cluster of flowers to give this little pop of color right here. I like that because this is very, very pink. And so the green over here and putting a little green right there helps balance out that little bit of color. So for a finisher, I'm going to take this little flower here and kind of put it somewhere. I think I really want it about right there. And to be honest, I would like to have so many more of these. And this definitely needs a finisher. And I'm going to take this one. I'll put it right there. And that kind of gives this cluster a flow going horizontally. And I like that. And I'll take this final one here and put it about here. So I'm going to talk about what my options are to put just a few more little dots around these clusters. One option is to take a pen and write in some dots around my clusters. Another option would be to put splatters on, but I think it's too late for that on this layout. I think the splatters would not go where I would want them to go. Another option is to get some punch out confetti to see if I have, say, some little stars or something I could cut out to put there. And actually, it may be time to pull out a punch to punch a little bit of confetti to go around on these layouts. I used the Festive Burst Border Maker cartridge, and I just punched a few of these cute little shapes, and I sprinkled a couple here and larger ones here and a couple there. And I really like how they turned out. So I did end up with a visual triangle with 3 clusters going around the page. I used the thin foam squares on this butterfly and on the sunglasses. So I'm happy to call another one finished. Thank you so much for watching the video all the way to this point, and I hope you really got something out of it. And if you did like it, please subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and YouTube says here's another video that you may like, so I hope you'll watch it too.